health, inner wealth, wisdom, and peace. By the grace of the divine power, we all may enjoy good health, long life, inner wealth, wisdom, and peace. By the grace of the divine power, we all may enjoy good health, long life, inner wealth, wisdom, and peace. Blessings. Let us bless Vethathiri. Be blessed by the divine. Bless the World Community Service Center. Be blessed by the divine. Bless the Temple of Consciousness at Aliyar. Be blessed by the divine. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May peace prevail within us. May peace prevail around us. May peace prevail around the world. Peace, peace, peace. Be blessed by the divine. Thank you all. Before listening to the lecture from our speaker, we can have a small brief introduction about our speaker. He is a 2 MBA degree holder, one from Sasa University and another from Canada University. He started his spiritual journey in 2013 with the Ramana Maharishi's teachings, Nanyar, and after a few months felt like need of a guidance, a guru, and got initiated into Sky Yoga Center, Canada, and then became Arunidhi at Aliyar. Then he returned back as permanent resident of Canada and now working as financial analyst in a screen printing company in Canada. And he's continuing his spiritual service to Sky. And today, Sir is going to speak about a topic, Moolaabandham. It's a part 2. Thank you so much, sir, for being here with us. Please go ahead. Over to you, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, be blessed by the divine. வாழ்க வளமுடன். I hope everybody is doing well. And if you remember the last session, we discussed about what Moolabandham is, what are koshas, chakras, vayus, nadis, and elements, and how all those are connected. This week, we're going to see about various systems, briefly about various systems and its functions in the body. And then we're going to delve into the benefits of Moolabandham. So, when we speak about the various systems in our body, first comes the basic thing, which is the Panchabhutas, association of Panchabhutas. So, the gross body made up of flesh, bones represent the earth. And then the fluids represent the water. Heat, which is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, represents fire. Breath represents air. And life energy represents Akash. If you remember in the last session, each kosha varies in its densities. Annamaya kosha is the densest and the Anandamaya kosha is the least dense of all. In the same way, the 5 elements, the Panchabhutas, are varying in their densities as well. Water is less dense than earth. Fire is less dense than water. Air is less dense than fire. And then the Akash, the least dense of all. Next comes the bones. Human body consists of a skeleton on which lies this flesh. The body has 206 bones in total, besides with which it gives shape to the body as well as it protects the organs within. The bones contain blood vessels and nerves within it. The space within the bones where it is occupied by the bone marrow is normally warm. Millions of red and white blood corpuscles are being produced by the bone marrow every day. Bones are classified into two. One is cartilage, which are firm and flexible tissues, which give strength and shape to some of the organs such as nose, ears, etc. They begin to develop in the 3rd month of gestation. The second one is the vertebral column. Vertebral column, also known as spine or backbone of the body, is very important part of the human body. It is made up of 33 bones placed on one on top of each other, one on top of other in a continuous manner. The spinal cord, a long, thin, tubular bundle of nervous tissues, which is connected to the brain, is within the vertebral column. The vertebral column helps the body turn and move, turn and bend. 24 of the bones that make the spine are movable, and remaining 9 are fused into 2 categories. They are fixed. It's in the lower pelvic area. The 24 movable bones are classified into 3, which are the cervical vertebrae, which has 7 bones, and thoracic vertebrae, which has 12 bones, and lumbar vertebrae, which has 5 bones. So the remaining 9, which is fused into 2 groups in the pelvic floor near the Mooladhara chakra, which is the sacral vertebrae, which has 5 bones, and coccyx, which is 4 bones. Next comes the nervous system. The nervous system consists of special nerve cells, which are called the nerve cells or neurons. Every neuron is linked to other 80,000 neurons, and together they make a very complex structure within the body. Nerves which extend all over the body of a person controls one's perception and behavior. Nerves connect the brain and the spinal cord and extend all over the body. The nervous system is classified into 2, which is central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system again classifies into 2, which is brain and spinal cord. Brain, which is located within the skull cavity, forms the center of the nervous system. The human brain is divided into 3: forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Hindbrain consists of cerebellum, pons, and medulla oblongata, which is also called as the brain stem. The brain stem controls breathing, heartbeat, waking, sleep, etc. Pons regulates the awareness, and cerebellum controls the muscular functions of the body. If you remember the previous session, somatic, Vyana Vayu also controls and balances the muscular system in the body. See how all these are connected. So the left side of the brain in most people is active than the right brain. So on account of this, people with even exceptional talents are found to be restless. Practice of yoga and meditation will activate the right side of the brain, and balancing the function of the body of both the sides will bring prosperity in life. So there are 2 glands, the pituitary gland and the pineal gland, located in the midbrain of the midbrain. The pituitary gland regulates the functions of the body, and the pineal gland that of the mind. Agna meditation activates the pituitary, and the Turiya meditation activates the pineal, whereby functioning of both body and mind are augmented. The brain contains 100 to 200 ml of clear colorless fluid called the cerebrospinal fluid, which acts as a cushion for the cortex, provides immunological protection to the brain, and helps eliminate metabolic waste. Next comes the spinal cord. The spinal cord is the second part of the central nervous system. It starts at the base of the hindbrain and extends to the base of the vertebral column near the Mooladhara chakra. The spinal cord transmits impulses from the peripheral nerves to the brain and the commands of the brain to the all parts of the body. Sometimes the spinal cord gives instructions without the help of the brain. For example, if we are touching anything hot, so it asks us to take it back, right? So that is given by the spinal cord without the help of the brain. It has its own intelligence. So the second one after the central nervous system is the peripheral nervous system. They are the nerves that arise from the brain and the spinal cord to extend all over the body. They are classified into two nervous system again, which is the somatic nervous system and autonomous nervous system. The somatic nervous system controls the functions of the muscles in the body. It carries messages from the central nervous system to the limbs. For example, transfer of messages to the sense organs, movement of the limbs and mouth, etc. are the duties of somatic nervous system. Next comes the autonomous nervous system. It operates independently, taking care of the functions of organs such as heart, lungs, kidneys, and digestive system. Besides this, contraction or expansion of pupils in the eyes, in keeping with the intensity of the light, increase in the heartbeat for providing additional blood flow in the muscles, reduction in the supply of blood to the digestive system when hungry, increase in the blood flow to the heart, conversion of food into energy are all the duties of autonomous nervous system. The autonomous nervous system are again classified into two, which is the sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Human emotions come under the sympathetic nervous system. For example, emotions like fear, anger, worries, etc. are all controlled by the sympathetic nervous system. For example, if we get a shocking news, there will be a spurt in the secretion of adrenaline, which goes through the bloodstream, which increases the heart rate, heartbeat, and then blood pressure. All these are a work of the sympathetic nervous system. Whereas restoration of normalcy is under the parasympathetic nervous system. It is responsible for the protection of the internal organs and glands. It takes care of the activities like salivation, production of tears, urination, defecation, besides the noble sentiments like love, compassion, tolerance, and mercy. In the last session, we would have, if you remember, we saw parasympathetic nervous system is connected to the Ida Nadi. Ida Nadi has a feminine and cooling qualities. So when Moolaabandham is performed, this parasympathetic nervous system is, it's activated so that we always be calm, in a calm state. Next comes the digestive system. Food provides energy for growth and other activities of the body. Digestion is a process through which the food travels all through the body, where minerals, starch, glucose, fat contained in the food are converted into nutrients, which are all useful for the tissues, muscles, and the whole body. Digestion takes place in the alimentary canal. The alimentary canal is around 6 to 9 meters in length. The alimentary canal is also called as the digestive tract. This long tube of organs makes the pathway for the food to pass throughout the body. It runs from the mouth and the anus of a person, which includes esophagus, which is the food pipe between the mouth and the stomach, and then comes the stomach, small intestine, large intestine. Other organs that help the process by adding enzymes and chemicals for the process of the food are gallbladder, liver, spleen, pancreas. Next comes the endocrine system. The endocrine system is a complex network of glands and organs. It produces hormones, and hormones are chemicals that are working hand in hand, coordinating with the different functions of the body by carrying messages through blood to the sense organs, skins, muscles, and other tissues. These signals are telling our body what to do and when to do. Hormones are essentials for life and health. So the endocrine system consists of integral parts. These integral parts are connected to each integral part. Each gland is connected to each chakra. So in the last session, we saw about how chakras are connected to nadis, how chakras are connected to vayus. Everything is interconnected. So let's see these integral parts, which are the glands. First comes the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus secretes hormones that stimulate the suppression of the release of hormones by the pituitary gland, in addition to controlling water balance, temperature, sleep, appetite, and blood pressure. Next comes the pineal. Pineal is the thurium, crown chakra. It produces the hormone melatonin, serotonin, and dopamine, which helps the sleep cycle for us. It tells us when to sleep. Then comes the pituitary, which is the master gland. It controls many functions of the other endocrine system. Next comes the parathyroid, thyroid. Pituitary gland is connected to the Agna chakra, third eye. Thyroid and parathyroid connected to the Vishuddhi chakra, throat chakra. The thyroid plays an important role in body's metabolism. The parathyroid plays an important role in controlling calcium balance in the body. Thymus. Thymus produces white blood cells which fight infection and destroy abnormal cells. Thymus, if you remember, Maharishi will say, if you have heard his 9 center meditation in Tamil, he will say, Tondai Kuriki Kira, 4 inch Tali, Thymus என்ற பாயிண்டில் தவம் ஏற்றவும். இதுதான் அநாகத சக்கரம், heart center. So that's thymus. Adrenal gland, which is connected to the Swadhisthana chakram. So this one works in hand with the hypothalamus and pituitary. The adrenal gland releases hormones like corticosteroid and epinephrine that maintain blood pressure and regulates metabolism. That comes the pancreas, which is connected to the Manipura chakra, solar plexus. So pancreas plays a role in digestion and also in hormone production. Hormones produced by the pancreas include insulin, glucagon, which regulate the levels of blood sugar. Next comes the ovary in women and testis in men. Both are connected to the Mooladhara chakra. Ovary, in addition to containing the egg cells necessary for reproduction, the ovaries also produce estrogen and progesterone. Testis in men produce testosterone and sperm. The main function of endocrine system is to release hormones in the blood while continuously monitoring the levels. Hormones deliver messages locking into to the cells they target, so they can relay the message. We have more than 50 different hormones which are directly affecting every aspect of our health. So these are the various systems and its functions. Now we are going to go for benefits of Moolaabandham. First comes the sublimation or transmutation of sexual energy. Each time we squeeze these muscles in the pelvic floor, when we do Moolaabandham or Avshini Mudra, and there are chakras in the Sushumna Nadi. So from Mooladhara till Sahasrara, from the root chakra till the crown chakra. So each chakra has its own characteristic. But when the Kundalini energy pierces to each chakra, with that energy, it expresses its characteristics. Mooladhara is for survival, right? And Manipuraha is for, Swadhisthana is for reproduction, or, it has sexual energy. So it has tremendous sexual energy. Instead of wasting those sexual energy downwards, we can transmute this sexual energy into spiritual energy and also physical energy. So there is this substance called ojas, which is the subtlest form of energy in our body. And it influences everything, right from our immunity, digestion, physical strength, health of our skin, to our spiritual inclination, sleep, and mood. So we all know, as Vethathirians, how ojas is being formed in the body. which is the divine energy, which is the subtlest form of us. It has all the essence contained in us. So, for example, if we take a bowl full of milk and put it on the stove, and under it's a fire which is heating up the milk, and the milk is boiling. So when you stir the boiling milk, a vapor comes out of the milk, where that vapor will have all the essence, all the qualities, all the characteristics of that milk. So in the same way, this body is maintaining a temperature of 98.6 Fahrenheit all the time. That is stable temperature. And then in this gland is the sexual vital fluid, where that is also maintaining the same temperature. So when we do Ashwini Mudra and Moolabandham, this sexual vital fluid is being stirred, so that a vapor comes out of that sexual vital fluid, which has all the essence of what we eat, what we think, our characteristics, our personality, behavior. It's like a seed which has everything for a banyan tree to grow, just a seed, right? Same way, this Ojas it's the subtlest form of energy, and it is the divine energy of our own everything. So, and also, we also know that how the food we eat are transformed into Ojas, transformed into 7 dhatus before it becomes Ojas. The food that we eat transforms first into digestive juice, then into blood, then into muscles, fat, bone marrow, then sexual vital fluid. So when we have this Kayakalpa yoga from Maharishi's sky, where we transmute our subtlest energy into both physical energy and as well as spiritual energy. By this way, life force is increased, biomagnetism is increased, we get rid of the hereditary diseases, increase vitality and strength of polar attractions in between the cells. By that way, we are always young. We have this youthfulness, postponed old age, stay with immunity, all the benefits, tremendous benefits. So this is the first benefit of Moolabandham, where we transmute this sexual energy. The second one, Kundalini awakening. The mind is illuminated in stages as the Kundalini rises through the spinal cord, piercing the chakras. So there are 3 granthis in the last session, if you remember. One is the Rudra Granthi. Granthi means locks. So these locks, the first lock is in the Mooladhara chakra. So when we perform Moolabandham, that lock opens and the Kundalini Shakti enters the whole of Brahma Nadi, which is the Sushumna Nadi. Sushumna Nadi is also called as Brahma Nadi. So it's like a snake entering a hole. So it enters the Brahma Nadi and it pierces into each and every chakra and then goes to the Sahasrara chakra with the help of Bindu. When the Bindu opens, this Kundalini energy goes to the Sahasrara chakra. It ascends the Sushumna to the brain and Sahasrara chakra, where all the chakras are situated. It actually works on them at a physio-psychological level, that is on the brain and the mind simultaneously. As long as the Kundalini energy stays in the chakras, remains in the chakras, it gives energy to various organs of the physical body. How? Chakras, winding around the chakras are the nadis. Nadis are energetically connected to each and every organs in the human body, and how nadis are correspondingly connected to the nerves. So this way, it spreads all the energies throughout the body. Awakening the chakras and Kundalini is just the first step. It's just the beginning. Just by Moolabandham is the base. Awakening the chakras and Kundalini Shakti is only the beginning. One must go higher and higher realms into the realms of spiritual illumination. When for the rise of Kundalini, human body or a person should be capable of strengthening his physicality first. Only then the Kundalini will rise spontaneously. if you know, in Tamil Nadu, there is a Siddhar named called Talayati Siddhar. He got that name because his head will be always shaking. That is because he would have he did Kundalini awakening, and his body was not able to cope up that withstand that energy, because Kundalini energy in each and every person is unimaginably very, very high. So he was not able to, I think he was not able to cope up with it. So his head will be always shaking. For that problem only, Maharishi gave us this Shanti meditation. Shanti meditation is to bring back the energy to the original form, physicality form, because in the Muladhara chakra stays this abundance of biomagnetism, Kundalini energy. So this is attained. The body must be, for the Kundalini to rise, the body must be able to cope up with its force, and nervous system must be strong and mature. To attain this, it is only through the yogic practices. And when the body is prepared enough, Kundalini will rise spontaneously according to its own accord, according to itself, liberating and expanding the consciousness. When we awaken our Kundalini, we stand in the threshold of infinity. Today, after Maharishi's arrival, through the practice of Moolaabandham, along with the sky exercises, meditations, Kayakalpa yoga, all meditations combined, awakening is within the reach of everybody, because before it was not like that. Getting a guru was very difficult, but now it's very easy. If you are interested in knowing yourself or in spiritual journey, just go to Sky Yoga and you get initiated. There you are. Aftermath of this experience of the awakening of Kundalini, all doubts disappear. Our body becomes as light as air. We get unimaginable energy for work. For example, every day we do these physical exercises, and we are feeling fresh all day, right? And we get a balanced mindset. And also we get access to the universal secrets and also life secrets. All this is attainable only through the use of Moolaabandham as the base, with this discrimination and combined with other yogic practices. Kundalini is the hidden energy, hidden key to realization of one's essential nature, and can be actualized through the perfection of Moolaabandham. Next comes the pranic effects. So when the Moolaabandham is happening, it not only happens in the physical body. We sense it only in the physical body. But there are different koshas, different layers of bodies, energy bodies, right? It happens simultaneously in each and every kosha. It happens in the Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, Vijnanamaya kosha, and Anandamaya kosha. So Moolabandham is a pranic technique than a physical one. What happens during Moolabandham? So when we perform Moolabandham, we do it in the pelvic floor, which is the lower part of the lumbar, which is the lower part of the body, where the spine starts. We never put our awareness there. We never concentrate there much of the time, right? So what happens? I have both hands and I'm squeezing my left wrist with the right hand. When I'm squeezing it, what happens? Blood flow ceases. Blood flow ceases and everything else ceases, because blood carries whatever is necessary for that place to survive, right? All the cells, it carries messages, it carries oxygen, it carries all nutrients, everything. So in the same way, when I release it, a fresh flow of blood is going to that area. So which carries new oxygen, new blood flow, and new everything, the messages, so that the cells there are getting refreshed. In that way only, when we perform Moolabandham, the blood flow ceases all around, which is connected to the Mooladhara chakra and Swadhisthana chakra, because Swadhisthana chakra is the next to Mooladhara chakra, and stomach, abdomen, all the organs in the stomach area and the abdomen are having such effects, but in a lighter level. And when I release it again, so a fresh flow of blood is just, flooding there, which, refreshes all the cells there. That's how all the organs in the body are strengthened. This is how it happens. So it requires us to take our whole awareness to the Mooladhara chakra in the perineum, where we focus and concentrate our energies in the attempt to contract the hidden area of the body that we have never isolated and contracted before. This is what I was explaining. Therefore, Moolabandham is more subtle than all the other bandhas. Uddiyana bandha, Jalandhara bandha, though all bandhas are directly connected to the pranic energy of the body. As the energies are stimulated there, we become more conscious of that area. We become aware of the chakra and psychic components, nadis. See, it is connected to the nadis again. With persistent practice, we can refine our energy and convert it into a highly concentrated one, or force. When the pranic energy in the Mooladhara chakra has been refined, dormant potential energy is released. Excuse me. In Tantras, from the Patanjali's Yoga Sutras till now, it has been said that all the 72,000 nadis in the body originate from the foundation, the base, which is located just above the Mooladhara chakra. It's called the Sukshuma Shariram, or the astral body. Excuse me. So by the practice of Moolabandham, not only the perineal body is contracted, but also all the 72,000 nadis, which are the source, is also stimulated. Excuse me. So as we saw in the previous session, all the nadis are linked to the mechanisms of the central nervous system. Thereby, when practicing Moolabandham, it turns on certain switches in the brain, which stimulate physical, mental, and spiritual relaxation. Because Moolabandham activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is connected to the Ida Nadi. That's why relaxation. All dormant areas of the brain, say estimated around 90% of the dormant area of the brain, begin to plug into conscious awareness, increasing our ability to live life fully. When prana is increased, more and more of potential of the brain comes into conscious awareness, conscious control. Now let's see the general medical benefits for male and female. For women, Moolabandham is used to alleviate painful menstruation. It is also proved useful to be during childbirth. For example, when a pregnant woman may continue to practice Moolabandham with other yogic practices with instructed restrictions right up to the time of labor, it will maintain elasticity in the respective muscles during the childbirth. And also, when a woman performs Moolabandham with Ashwini Mudra after the childbirth, immediately after the childbirth, it's been proved that it retones the muscles back to normalcy, which stretched during the pregnancy. Moolabandham is also excellent for treating prolapse and urinary incontinence. Moolabandham alleviates spermatoria, which is the leakage of semen in men, and also prevents hernia. But people who have got surgery in hernia, it's better to consult doctors before doing this Moolabandham. It also controls testosterone secretion and sperm formation. It pacifies passion and influences coronary behavior. So there is one important thing. We have this menopause in women. We have menopause in men as well. In women, it's from maybe above 50, and for men, it's above 70. But menopause in men is called in the different name, which is called the late onset hypogonadism. So this late onset hypogonadism is when there is a decline in testosterone production and other hormones over a period of many years. It starts from age 70. So the practice of Moolabandham allows for a smooth metamorphosis at this time by rebalancing hormonal changes, preventing such unpleasant symptoms where they go through, both men and women, they go through pessimism, depression, anxiety, worries, lethargy, irritability, dizziness during all this menopause time. So it will prevent all these by rebalancing the hormonal changes. Moolabandham has beneficial effects of maintaining hormonal balance and stimulating and regulating the nerves that innervate the lower pelvic region. Moolabandham has immediate effect of creating a deep sense of mental relaxation. That is because it induces the parasympathetic nervous system, thereby relieving most mental and psychosomatic disorders, which are the direct or indirect effects of stress, anxiety, and tension. Now let's go to general spiritual benefits. Excuse me. Moolabandham brings about union between prana and apana. Last session we saw about all the panchavayus. Apana vayu, which normally flows downwards. It drives elimination. It uses earth element. It is connected to Mooladhara chakra. This apana vayu, vayus are gases, right? So this apana vayu will have all the impurities. So when we do Moolabandham, this apana vayu goes upwards. And in the Manipura chakra, we have the fire element, which is used for digestion. Fire element is actually the most important of the 5 elements, because if you add anything to it, it transforms into another. So when the apana vayu, by the help of Moolabandham, it goes upwards to the fire, it's a gas, right? So the fire, the digestive fire becomes more and more. So apana vayu gets to the fire, the flame becomes bigger, and then it reaches the prana vayu, which is in the heart chakra. So it becomes more. So that's how it reaches the Sahasrara chakra, with the help of Udana vayu also, because Udana vayu uses the throat chakra, and it flows deep inside the brain to the Sahasrara chakra. So by this happening, by this event in the body, each time we squeeze the Moolabandham, we squeeze the muscles, the fluctuations of mind ceases. Ego dissolves. Ignorance is replaced by the knowledge. World stops. Creation dissolves. We experience pure consciousness, dynamic equilibrium, and finally samadhi. Moolabandham is the base. He who perfects Moolabandham retains youthfulness, vitality, and gets victory over old age and death. Moolabandham chakra, Mooladhara chakra, is the base chakra in human being, whereas it is the highest chakra in animals. And it has a direct link with Agna chakra. So when we perform Moolabandham, it not only activates the Mooladhara chakra, it not only secretes ojas with Ashwini Mudra, it not only awakens the Kundalini energy, but also we are also awakening our intuitive faculties associated with the third eye, which is the eye of intuition. And this human body is not the first organism, right? We have been from the first sense organism till the sixth sense. So we had been going through a lot of changes, going through a lot of lives, incarnations. By the practice of Moolabandham, we are transforming animal qualities into divine qualities. So the unconscious, instinctive, uncontrollable, selfish, violent qualities are converted into intuition, control, selflessness, peace, and divine qualities. Moolabandham unifies form and formless. Formless is the Shivam, form is the Shakti. So it unites Shakti and Shivam. And also the Nada, which is the cosmic sound of Om, is connected, it merges with Bindu, which is in the Sahasrara chakra. The aspirant travels on the path of involution, riding the serpent power until he pierces the Bindu and enters the Sahasrara chakra, thus achieving perfection in yoga. Excuse me. Next comes the psychotherapeutic value. Psychotherapeutic means it refers to a variety of treatments that aim to help a person identify and change troubling emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. So Moolabandham and bandhas in general are powerful means of relaxing the body and mind. It also treats mental disorders such as depression, anxiety, neurosis. Neurosis means a mental condition that is not caused by organic disease. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Because I saw some changes in the... Thank you. A
But
mental
your video-
condition.
But your video has been stopped, sir.
You cannot see the...
Video. Your video.
Oh, okay, just a second, sorry. Can you see now?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So neurosis means a mental condition that is not caused by organic disease involving symptoms of stress, anxiety, behavior, but not a radical loss of touch with reality. So neurosis is a little technical. So it treats mental disorders like such as depression, neurosis, phobias. Phobias means fear for everything. And hysteria. Hysteria means people will be disturbed mentally. They will disturb other people as well. And mania means severe mood swings. It is also proved useful in correcting the extreme mood characteristics of mania, depressive, psychosis. For very good example for psychosis is people will not have able to differentiate between the reality that is happening in front of the physical eyes and the thoughts. And also they will hear sounds or people speak thought like a asiriri, like somebody speaking to them, which nobody else around hears it, only they hear it. So if the body is healthy, Moolabandham increases the activity of the parasympathetic nervous system, lowering the heart breathing rate, heart rate, blood pressure, and stabilizing the brain waves. The whole endocrine system is rebalanced, which leads to stabilization and equilibrium of the personality. As a result of this, mind feel relaxed and healthy. Next comes the psychophysical relationship. So psychophysical is to understand the relationship between one's internal psychic and external world, physical worlds. So it Moolabandham capitalizes the body-mind link. We might wonder how the small contraction in the pelvic region is affecting so tremendously all parts of the body, all koshas, all energy bodies. That's because all the yogic philosophies states that is because the effects of Moolabandham are more powerful than the contraction of all the other muscles in the body combined. 40 years ago, an American psychologist, Edward Jacobson, pioneered the first major works of relaxation in the West. Because I think in Asia and in India, it's been practiced thousands of years. Excuse me. He gathered evidence to show that through relaxation, certain changes in the autonomic nervous system are facilitated. For example, blood pressure, heart rate decreases, the breathing pattern becomes more regular and stable, and the level of adrenal release to the bloodstream reduces because relaxations were associated with certain psychological states such as calmness, optimism, peace of mind, and also increased concentration. Next comes the psycho-emotional. Describing any psychological interaction with the emotions is the relationship of psycho-emotional with Moolabandham. So there is a treatment called abreaction for patients, where it is the art of removing by cleansing. In psychological terminology, the release of emotional energy is called abreaction. The unconscious mind is stimulated so that suppressed mental energy is allowed to surface into conscious awareness, where we can deal with it through various yogic practices such as Antarmauna. Antarmauna means it is preparation for meditation. Antarmauna means it deals with Pratyahara and Dharana. In last session, we saw about the 8 limbs of yoga, 8 stages: Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara and Dharana. Pratyahara means withdrawing of senses, and Dharana means focused concentration. Focused concentration is achieved through Pranayama. So these two, Pratyahara and Dharana, is dealing with the Antarmauna for preparation of meditation, for meditation. So through various yogic practices such as Antarmauna, relaxed witnessing of inner experiences. Sorry for those sounds, construction is happening. So witnessing of inner experiences with the element of control. So abreaction encourages a patient to emotionally relieve or abreact any terrifying or anxiety-provoking experiences, which led to psychological disturbance and even breakdown. In the medical setting, this technique involved drugging the patient in order to break down these inhibitions and directing them to imagine themselves in an original situation of terror and stress. If the abreaction was successful, the effect was to stir up tense excitement in the nervous system, which often produced violent outbursts of emotions such as tears, anger, aggression, fear, and laughter. Moolaabandham, on the other hand, is nowhere near a violent technique as drug abreaction, but it works on the same line, but on a very subtle level. The relaxation of tension in the body allows suppressed energies to be released, bringing with them the conflicts and neuroses from the subconscious and the unconscious depths, purifying the body and mind. As a result, we may experience strange emotions, feelings, and thoughts because of the practice, but they should be kept within perspective and realized to be the manifestations of the cleansing process. When the release of energy occurs through Moolaabandham, unconscious desires, anxieties, and tensions surface. When this happens, the person, according to abreactive therapy, is encouraged to release the tensions emotionally and overtly. Moolaabandham sends the pranic energy directly to the brain and mind, increasing our circle of awareness, which naturally starts to include within it recognition of our neurotic patterns. As a result, we start to become aware of ourselves. We begin to change for the better. As a result of the elimination of mental and emotional problems, increased sensitivity is developed to one's own internal and emotional environment. It is further heightened through practicing awareness. So next comes the neurological aspects. With the help of Moolaabandham, we can see an elaborate interplay of different aspects of the nervous system. Each time we squeeze the muscles in the pelvic floor, the effects of autonomic nervous system may come into play. All these that I'm saying, especially neurological aspects, endocrinological aspects, and then all these emotional, very technical terms. So I'm just, I took a lot of notes from various books. I'm just reading those notes. So parasympathetic fibers are nothing but nerves concerned with relaxation, emerge from two parts, neck, cervical, and the sacral, which is the pelvic area of the spinal cord. Excuse me. Thus, with the stimulation of the sacral nerves, not only has the perineum successfully contracted, but also the parasympathetic nervous system, resulting in a deep sense of rest and relaxation in the body and mind. The autonomous nervous system maintains constant tone and monitors any change in the body's internal environment. With the performance of Moolaabandham, the whole internal environment is altered. The blood pressure decreases and also the respiration and heart rate comes down as well. The sensations of relaxation and pleasure generated are relayed back to the brain, where they are analyzed by the higher mental faculties of the cerebral cortex and transmitted to the mind for conscious appreciation and enjoyment. It is also important to understand and realize that there is a difference between conscious and involuntary contraction of muscles and the unconscious between the unconscious and involuntary process of contracting or squeezing the muscles and conscious contracting of muscles at will. In the case of unconscious contraction, neuronal circuits related to the perineal area are usually outside the range of conscious awareness. Through Moolaabandham, we can learn to use the same neuronal circuits as a part of act of at will within the range of conscious awareness, thereby enabling us to precisely control all physical activity in the area, projecting our control deeper into pranic and or psychic areas, arrest any disharmony before disease manifests, such as piles, constipation, prostatic hypertrophy. Third one is retrain the brain to disentangle confused or crossed circuits so that the sensory motor system is coordinated and the health of the whole body maintained. The interaction of the nerves in the perineum with the brain and the rest of the body is extremely intricate. The nervous system is delicate and sophisticated, but our precise control over this instrument is often left wanting. Despite all its networks, myriads of pathways and connections, it is possible to unravel its mysteries and regain control of the total organism. The technique of Moolaabandham is a way to that goal, and catchword is practice. Next comes the endocrinological benefits. More on a subtle level, as we saw earlier, when we saw briefly about the various systems, endocrine glands are related to one of each one is connected to each chakra. The practice of Moolaabandham reactivates the vestige, which has a very subtle effects on the brain and pituitary, pineal, and hypothalamus complex. At the same time, it stimulates the gonads in the both sexes, as it is intimately related to this system. This stimulation turns on the energy in the whole pelvic area, making it available for other bodies. The Moolaabandham allows us to gain control over the endocrine system as well as energizing body and mind. This is because endocrine glands at the physical level are connected to the chakras, the whirling vortex of energy in the pranic level. Moolaabandham stimulates Mooladhara chakra and Swadhisthana chakras, sending energy through the body, invigorating us and making us our person. Okay. The Moolaabandham, when with this energy gained through control of the endocrine glands, through Moolaabandham, we can act with determination and spontaneous creativity. Through Moolaabandham combined with other yogic disciples, we learn to channel the nervous energy at will so that we can act in more graceful, flowing way, able to perform difficult tasks excuse me, at greater dexterity. When the brain becomes ordered with and more synchronized, we function better at all levels with increased understanding and willpower, and are able to accomplish more in our life with attendant satisfaction and gain. The technique of Moolaabandham had been closely guarded secret for millennia. By contracting the Mooladhara chakra, we have more powerful technique than all the modern psychological techniques put together. They look like child's play compared with the technique offering infinite knowledge, bliss, and enlightenment. So, Moolaabandham has the potential to release us from the depressions, neurosis, and the other psychological problems that dampen our joy in life and prevent us from fulfilling our potential through the rising of Kundalini Shakti. Moolaabandham is safe when practiced according to the instructions given to us, efficient and simple. Coupled with its purgative qualities capable of spring cleansing the mental and emotional body, Moolaabandham is a technique to open doors to freedom, joy, and liberation. So these are all the benefits of Moolaabandham. Last 3 or 4 benefits, I think I was able to read it because I just took notes of it from various books. Thank you so much for this 2 wonderful sessions. And I thank everybody. I thank my parents, my sister, my family, my friends. I thank Balachandraya. I thank Kanimuri and everybody else. Persons close to my heart. Everybody, thank you so much. I hope you understand the benefits of Moolaabandham. It's a very small technique, but it has tremendous effect on the whole body. Not only the physical body, but also the koshas, vayus, nadis, everything is connected. So let's take each and every practice in Sky Yoga seriously and practice it with conscious awareness, because in Maharishi is the only person who actually praises the mind. No other saint. All saints, they actually curse the mind. They scold the mind, but only Maharishi praises the mind. And Maharishi's meditations are like mind over the mind meditation. Manam meedu manam vaikum tavam. So only with conscious awareness, we can attain perfection in yoga. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
If you have any questions, you can raise hand. If I know, I'll answer. Otherwise, I'll give it to any other senior person who can answer. In the meanwhile, I'll just go through all the chats, and I'll be able to reply to them. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. It's such an excellent speech, sir. We got many informations on Moolaabandham. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, now it's our time for all of us. Anybody wants to share views?
I saw one person, Anna's iPhone hand.
Yeah, I just closed it, sir. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Somebody is giving like that. Okay. Yeah, now it's our time. You can share our views or comments. Please be free. We can interact with our speaker. Anybody else? Yes, Anjana to everyone. Yeah, is there a recording of part 1? They asked. Yes, ma'am, is there. And another message is from Karuna Samo. It's hats off. Very informative. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Karuna. Yeah.
You can raise your hands. I'll unmute you. You can even interact with our speaker. Anybody else? Okay, sir. Shall we conclude, sir? Shall we conclude the session?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. On behalf of WCSC Sky Online English Group Meditation, I would like to thank you all once again. We are having announcement. Daily we are having. Yes, someone has raised their hands. Karuna Samosa. Yes. Be blessed by the
Varga Valamudan. Shiva, very good informative session. I expect this one you're gonna translate into Tamil in our North East Center, if you could.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
thank you.
Definitely. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Varga Valamudan.
Varga Valamudan. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Siddharth Nair, sir.
Hello. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Good morning. Sorry. Yeah. Good evening. So the thing is, like, the session was very informative. I really gained a lot of knowledge, and it's really good. So I want to understand one more thing is, like, after the Zoom meeting ends, will this recording be available in YouTube too?
Yes, it'll be.
Yes,
okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
And for everybody's information, there is the first part, Moolaabandham, which happened on June 8th, last week. It is also there in YouTube. You can go, and if you can search for it, you can get it, and you can see that as well.
So yes, so like I just yesterday I saw that regarding that June 8th, but the thing is, like, today the topics which were covered, actually it wasn't covered, previously. It wasn't there. When I saw it was just regarding some exercise, some energy bodies and Annamaya Kosha and
Yes,
different koshas.
because
So these were the things mostly covered. Like today's topics weren't covered, in that meeting.
Yes, because Because first to know about the effects of Moolaabandham, we need to know about all the koshas, chakras, vayus, nadis. So first session, because it's a very small technique, but it's a very deep session. It's very the informations are so much that I cannot finish it in one session. So I split it into two. And first session was about koshas, vayus, nadis, elements, and how all those are interconnected. Then to know about the benefits of Moolaabandham, we also need to know in the Annamaya Kosha, which we all saw today, the discussions about various systems and its functions in the body, so that we'll be able to understand when I delve into the benefits of Moolaabandham, when I saw all these neurological benefits, endocrinological benefits, psychophysical, psycho-emotional, psychotherapeutic, pranic effects, and then sublimation of sexual energy. So to know all these things, only when we understand all what is this human body and all the connections between all those inside this human body, we'll be able to understand these benefits. That's why it's split into two. And last session I gave at the last, I just gave a small intro for this session that we'll be covering, seeing, the various structure of the body and the benefits of Moolaabandham.
Thank you so much, sir. Paskaran, sir, be blessed by the
Yes, sir.
divine.
Hello, hi, Nan. Can I talk Tamil?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I can. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, நான் வந்து கனடால இருந்து இருக்கிறேன். என்னுடைய பிள்ளைகளுக்கு ஆங்கிலத்தில் கொடுக்கணும்ன்றா உங்கள் மாதிரியான யங்கர்ஸ் வந்து ஆங்கிலத்தில் கொடுக்கலாம். அந்த இதை நான் இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணலை. என் பிள்ளைகளுக்கு அதை பெரிய அறிவு இல்லை. வேற தமிழும் வந்து அவைக்கு காணாது. ஆன முறையில் உங்களுடைய யூடியூப் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் ஐ வாட்ச் ரியலி இந்த மூலபந்தத்தை பற்றி இவ்வளவு இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் இருக்குன்றது இன்றைக்கு தான் தெரியும். நிஜமா மேலால செய்கிறேன் நான். ஆனால் இவ்வளவு இது இருக்கு அந்த பார்க்கும்போது மிக்க மகிழ்ச்சி. இந்த உங்களுடைய இதை யூடியூப் என்ன பேர்ல இருக்குது போய் பார்க்கறதுக்கு?
அவங்க ஐ திங்க் இட்ஸ் ஸ்கை
Hello.
யோகா. சொல்லுங்க மேம், நீங்க சொல்லுங்க.
எஸ் சார். சார் நீங்க ஸ்கை யோகா ஆன்லைன் இதுல நீங்க போட்டாலே இப்போ டைரக்டா வந்துரும் சார் அது.
ஓகே, ஸ்கை யோகா ஆன்லைன். ஓகே. Thank you very much. God bless you. வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
Thank you. வாழ்க வளமுடன். Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye.
Is anybody else? Okay, sir. Okay, we conclude the session. An announcement before that. Daily we are having Sky Online English Group Meditation, morning 6 a.m. and evening 6:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. As well as 1st and 16th of every month, we are having our foundation courses. Please do join each one of you, and you can refer to your friends and relatives. With this, we close our session. This is Visalakshi Saravanan signing off. Be blessed by the divine.